And your host, Greg Cardone.
Welcome back to another exciting episode of The Hot Seat. I'm your host, Greg Cardone. And today we have another special guest with us, the world famous Skeeter Biscuit. Skeeter, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Greg. How are you this evening?
Oh, wonderful. A little bit of rain here, but we're doing okay. Looks like you got a pretty nice setup where your interview is taking place.
Well, I wanted to get the right spot.
Well,
This is Florida, dude. This is Florida. Swimming pools. I mean, the only thing missing, I couldn't get the girls to sit over on the ledge here behind me. But that's okay. There's you and I. We'll work it out.
Well, you know what? What happens on the hot seat stays on the hot seat. So
you got it.
So give us a little insight on where the name Skeeter Biscuit came in.
Okay, let me tell you, Greg, that's the first question everyone wants to know when they hear that name, whether it's music related or I'm just telling someone, I'm Skeeter Biscuit. Like, oh my goodness, where'd you get that name? Well, the fact of the matter is my old bass player, Clay, he used to live with me. He's one of the musicians in the band, the legendary JCs. They tour all over. And anyway, he was getting a beer out of the fridge. I says, ain't no way you can get me one too, is it, yo, coon dog? And he says, okay, yo, Skeeter Biscuit. I was like, whoa, that's a really cool name. Because before I was Richie Rich, because my real name is Richard Lawrence Saunders III. And of course on stage, you know, that doesn't go over very well. So the music I do is Southern rock, and he said Skeeter Biscuit, so that name stuck, and it's been with me ever since, brother.
And the rest is history. So Richard Lawrence,
the rest is most certainly
Richard L. Saunders or Lawrence Saunders III. Sounds very regal.
Regal name.
It's a very regal name.
Regal.
What is your ancestry? Are you English or something like that?
I was born in England, raised in South Florida, half tea bag, half cracker. My father was in the military, in the Air Force, stationed in Lakenheath, England, back in the day. And when he met my hot mom and had me in 1964, we moved to the States in 60. And since then, I've taken off. American.
American
coon dog, you know.
So instead of tea and crumpets, it's tea and biscuits.
Pretty much, brother. Pretty much. With that steak gravy, of course. Good old steak gravy.
Oh my.
Yeah.
So you are a musician, and that's one of the, you know, the way we're promoting on the hot seat here, you know, musicians, artists, and so on. Tell us where you've been playing, what instrument you're playing, or what instruments do you play? Where can you be seen? You know, there's a ton of questions
here. Here's the deal. Well, and I can answer every one of them. I guarantee. Fact of the matter is, I'm more of a songwriter than a musician. I'm self-taught. In fact, when I was a kid growing up, you always had those kids whose parents bought them guitars, and they never played them, and they sat in their closet in the corner of their room or something. I'd be like, hey, can I borrow your guitar? If you're not going to play it, let me screw around with it. And I self-taught myself using my friends' guitars because my folks thought it was evil, you know, the rock and roll, you know, we don't want you to end up like Kiss, you know, the band Kiss, they're all evil. Oh, my goodness. But anyway, I self-taught myself, and I write songs. I don't really do covers. I always told people that asked me if I would like to perform at their places and stuff. I said, just, you know, I don't do covers. Well, why is that, Skeeter? It's like, well, I didn't get in this to pretend to be somebody else, you know. And so that's it. So I self-taught myself, and all the recordings and everything I've ever done has been on a shoestring budget out of my own pocket. no investors or anything to help me out. And right now my music's played all over the world, but I'm not rich and famous yet. It's kind of screwed up because I got Porsche payments to make, Greg.
Well, that's kind of why we're bringing you on the hot seat. So maybe, there's somebody out there who's looking to sponsor Skeeter Biscuit and, his dreams of making it big in Nashville.
Yeah.
Come on, a little bit of promotion.
Well, I do play out. I go back and forth between here and Nashville. And the last gig I did that was kind of cool. It was a get together, a celebration of life for my friend Sonny Ferguson, who actually went to college with Bruce Hornsby and Arrange. They were close friends, and recently Sonny passed away from cancer. God bless him. God rest your soul, Sonny. He was a big Skeeter Biscuit fan back in the day, and close friends. Anyway, I performed at his celebration of life in Orlando. And he shows up, Bruce Hornsby. He's like, whoa, they really were close friends. So we all shared the stage together and played our own thing and whatnot. So that was my last kind of cool gig. And my very last one was Toys for Tots in downtown Orlando at the Lucky Lure at my brother's bar, which turned out pretty damn good. So that was a lot of fun. So basically, that's it, the latest things I've done.
I like Bruce Hornsby. He's a little bit old there. I think 80s or something. When I listened to him, it was about in the early 80s.
Mm-hmm.
And then
he's played with everyone. He plays with the Dead.
That's what I heard. He
plays
makes
with
a lot of appearances. Yeah, makes a lot of appearances with other older groups. Now, playing in Nashville.
Older. You're saying we're old now, Gregory.
I just think we're a little bit more mature and experienced, older than most, but younger than some. That's kind of the category I put myself in. So, there's definitely a lot of people who are older than we are. I almost went to Woodstock.
There certainly is that are still trying to make it too, as actors and artists and recording artists. So whatever, age is just a number. I could care less.
No, you know what? Yeah, exactly. When you talk about old, like I said, in 1969, I almost went to Woodstock. I was 12 years old. I could have gotten a ride there, but coming back would have been a little difficult. Say, well, we're kind of passing through there. We can give you a ride, you and your buddies. Well, I guess it was a good thing we didn't go. It turned out to be a little bit more than just sitting around and listening to a concert. So figure out how old I was.
You would have been culturally, you would have aged culturally a lot faster than most kids your age
most
had you gone.
Yeah.
I call it one big jig fest myself. I call it a jig fest. With your hippie girls and your sundresses and I call them earthy, crunchy people,
Yeah.
They're just fun-loving, earthy, crunchy, like granola in their backpack, it's all good.
Everybody seemed to be a little healthier at that time. You see these pictures on Facebook. Oh, my grandma was cooler than anybody, and she's standing in front of some old Mustang with go-go boots and mini skirt and stuff. It was like, but they're trying to bring that back. Let's go retro. It's
kind of hope so.
Well, the way people dress now, the fad, and they're like, I used to have clothes and everybody used to make fun of me, and I still have them. I have clothes that are like 50 years old, but, and then they're like, oh, that's so cool. And, they want to bring it back. Okay. That's it. So you are a pretty avid kind of adventure type guy. Is that correct?
Oh, you bet your ass I am, dude. Listen, I'm 59 years old. I still ride jet skis. I'm going to sit down on my ass. No, dirt bikes and I build things. I'm outside all the time, breathing I take my 14 vitamins every day. I kick ass, dude. I really kick ass. Music's just a part of my life. There's so many more facets of my life. I don't even know where to begin, but I do like to travel. I can't sit still for a moment. There's just so much life out there to enjoy. I'm not going to just sit around and watch it go by. No way.
Yeah.
So yes, I'm an adventure guy.
Oh, I'm sorry. The Disney parade just went by you. And that's it.
Oh my goodness. You guys have some rainbow business going on behind me, dude.
I've seen some of your
We
posts.
just can't have it. But hey,
I've seen some of your posts. You are pretty handy with a hammer and saw.
Yeah.
Give us a little insight. I'm pretty impressed. I wish I could put you up here and put a fence up for me. Maybe we'll see what happens for Chris.
No. It's not out. It's not out of the question. I just have to see how much money you have and what kind of fence you want.
You need to see.
That's what I actually. Listen, that's what I actually do for a living. I build things. I build decks. I build fences. I build pergolas. I build lean-tos, and all sorts of things. Basically, a handyman, and it's just stuff I enjoy. I enjoy going to someone's house and they give me an idea of what they want. I build it, and they pay me, and they're like, "Oh my God, Skeeter Biscuit, this is so cool! Thank you so much." Because I save them money, and I do everything by myself. I don't hire people to help me or anything. It's actually it's good for my head. It's very therapeutic when I'm lifting all the lumber and putting the lumber in place and building it myself. Oh, I also build friendships too. with the ladies, hopefully. Yeah, there's your little heart, Bo. There's your little heart.
So you don't hire day labor to help you out.
No, but anyway, that's what I'm all about, dude. I grew up in Fort Myers, and I grew up on Southern rock. Leonard Skinner, The Outlaws, Marshall Tucker, Molly Hatchet. Oh my goodness! Well, I wish there was another Molly Hatchet that came out, but the entertainment business is so watered down. Molly Hatchet would scare them probably these days.
But Molly
that's okay.
Molly
Thank God
Hatchet.
people.
Molly Hatchet, 38 Special, and Marshall Tucker used to play in Tampa back in the early 80s. And a friend of mine
Bet your ass they did.
Yeah, he worked for the lighting company, Bay Stage Lighting. So he used to get me tickets all the time. And I'll tell you what, that was great. Right down in Ybor City, like right near where the old spaghetti warehouse was, just a little backyard patio venue. And let me tell you, that was some seriously good stuff.
Man, it was just the vibe, the energy. It was real. It wasn't these weren't manufactured groups like they have today. Most of the groups nowadays. Listen, I lived in Nashville full time for 4.5 years, so I learned the music industry. I learned what it takes to make it get signed or whatever. And you literally have to buy your way into fame. It's not like the old days where you got recognized by a record company. That's far few in between these days. They don't want to put up money for promotion and things like that. You have to do all that. So you have to buy your way into it, basically. So if you're lucky enough, like Oliver Anthony, who just put something out there, which was a wonderful song, just him and his guitar and a dog behind him, is blowing all the country artists off the charts, for something so simple. So we don't need record companies. Record companies can kiss our ass these days, as far as I'm concerned, because they're all a bunch of wet rags, and they're just pumping out garbage. and most people our age will that's the general consensus, in my opinion, anyway.
Well, back then they weren't using backtracks. Now it's
and they were actually singing and actually playing their instrument.
They're playing their instrument. They weren't, doing karaoke. It's funny, and you talk about that, where they totally railroaded Milli Vanilli because they were lip syncing and going on and so on. And here it is, 30 years later, it's the biggest thing to do in making music is to lip sync, auto tune, backtrack it. And these guys got railroaded, and now all these
Well, dude, I mean, Cardi B just got busted. Her voice is still coming through the PA, but she throws her mic into the audience. Look at Motley Crue. You got Nikki Sixx taking his hands off his bass guitar, but the bass is still playing.
Still playing.
I mean, it's a big joke. In fact, I think people should sue these artists for being fake and not living up to live. If you're paying to see a live band perform, they should be performing live, not some backing track horse crap, you know. So the music industry's gone down the tubes. Your CMT awards ratings have gone down the tubes because it's a bunch of wet rag, not even country stuff. You know, it's just it's a real shame. But hopefully that pendulum will come back around and people will see the light, you know, and they will. There's a big demand for traditional stuff. You have people like Cody Jinks and Whiskey Myers blazing their own trail without a record company, and they're doing just fine.
Well, that's good. You know, it would be nice to see people doing or making real music, just straight out real music. But you know, I'm not in charge, so I do what I do. So we're going to take a quick break here. Hear from our sponsors, Maximus Films, Oleander PR, and H. Melvin James, author of Tears Amongst the Wheat. And when we come back, we've got a couple of interesting video clips that we're going to share with you and have Skeeter discuss it. So stay with us, and we'll be right back.
Promotional consideration paid for in part by Nuggos Wonder Nuggets. Sie sind wunderbar.
All right. I'd like to thank our sponsors, Maximus Films, Oleander PR, and H. Melvin James, author, Tears Amongst the Wheat. And he has a new book that's ready to be released, Death in Tomorrow's Shadow. That should be great. Well, as you can see, we changed the background in here. It kind of sort of says Grinders. And speaking of Grinders, Skeeter, how did you get involved and do some composing and provide some music for it?
Well, first of all, let me congratulate you guys for all the awards that you guys have won up to this point. You know, and it's really cool to be a part of a cool movie like you guys put out. And to answer your question, Andrew, the director, and I guess one of the stars in the movie. He and I have a mutual friend, Tom Soley, who told Andrew, says, "Hey, if you need music, I guess you should listen to my friend Skeeter Biscuit stuff. It's played all over the world, Spotify. You know, tell Alexis to play it. She'll say, hell yeah, I'll play Skeeter Biscuit." Anyhow, he came by a job site I was working on when I was building a fence in Winter Park, Florida. And he came by and got a couple of my CDs and gave me a call a couple of weeks later and said, "Hey, I'd like to use 6 of your songs on our movie." And I says, "Okay." So that's how that came about, through a mutual friend, Thomas Soley.
And we really appreciate that, because your music definitely fit in with the environment, Southern backwoods, and you're kind of, a little backwoods Southern.
Oh, I'm backwoodsy. What are you trying to say? I'm kidding. I'm total woodsy. I'd take it all. I'm a beach guy and a woods guy.
Well, it did when you hear the music underlying in these different scenes, it definitely fits, and that was the cool thing about it. To where you didn't have music, you have to have the music.
And it was professionally done too.
Oh, I would imagine.
Yeah.
I would imagine. Yeah, we're excited, waiting for a release. I can't provide any specifics because Hollywood. And if you don't, make a film, and hurry up and wait. And that's all I can say. But
well, listen, sometimes it's worth the wait. Like we discussed earlier, you have to wait for all the chips to fall in line.
Exactly.
Yeah. You don't want to just put it out there one time and then in other words, you only get one time.
You get one shot at it, and it's all about timing. So that's all I'm going to say for that. So if you're making a film and you expect things to happen, expect them to happen later than what you think they're going to happen. But getting back to our sponsors, I know we just kind of moved off on there. If you want to sponsor, I got to throw this in here. We got to make some money. Got to pay for the equipment. If you want to be on the hot seat, send us an email at thehotseat813@gmail.com. And in the subject line, I want to sponsor your show. And if you want to be on the show, just like Skeeter Biscuit said, hey, I want to be on your show. Here you are. So that's all we can say.
Here I am.
And I've been saying it. We're going to help promote people. We've just had a few great interviews recently with some young, upcoming film directors. And they're from out west.
Nice.
Yeah. It's I'm just going to say it because there are people outside of Florida that have way more motivation. I'm going to get crap, but you know what? That if I could stir some things and get some comments on here. So remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe, because now you're probably going to comment. There are people outside of Florida that are more interested in promoting themselves, other than Skeeter Biscuit. And they see that there is a benefit to what we're doing. So just don't splatter a post on Facebook. Get on the show, spread it. And the comments that I'm seeing on these posts, that people that I don't even know tagging me, they thought it was the greatest bit in the world, especially for some very young and upcoming talent. Either you're a director or you're a musician, a magician. I don't care what you do.
Porn star.
Well, we don't. Remember, we talked about we don't discuss politics, we don't discuss religion, and we're not doing porn. I'm sure we'd get a lot of viewers, but no, we're my wife would definitely like, okay, show is canceled. So in your biography, I read that you like to jump out of airplanes and fly around in helicopters. You're a real jet setter. I've found that out. Dirt biker, jet skier. What possessed you to jump out of a perfectly good airplane?
I don't know. Me and my friend Tony, we years ago, we were like, oh, I want to jump out of an airplane, And once I did, you know what I tell people, Greg? I tell them there's no drug that can compare to leaving an airplane. When you jump out of the airplane, it's like, oh my God, it's euphoria or whatever. It's like, oh my goodness, but you're either going to live or you're going to die. It's like if you do an 8-ball cocaine all in one setting, you're either going to live or you're going to die. Well, same thing with jumping out of an airplane. You're either going to live or you're going to die. And that's just the way it is, Bo. That's just the way it is. But yeah, doing that, and I got to flown around in helicopters doing stuff, and I like my dirt bikes. I'm actually buying another dirt bike hopefully next month and get back into it. All my riding mates still ride, and I've been traveling and living away for so long, but I'm ready to jump back into it.
I used to fly jumpers here in Florida back in the 80s. That was a lot of fun. I was like that close, but I was like, it was supposed to be 4 of us, 4 pilots.
Did you do static line where you jump low altitude?
Hey, we weren't doing halos and or low lows, but we said, okay, if everyone does it, I'll do it. I thought it was kind of neat. You know, you're sitting in there and they got the doors off the plane and these guys are hanging out on, the wheels, steps or steps.
Yeah, the
above
landing
the
gear.
wheel.
You talk about like a little Cessna plane.
Yeah, 172s, and they're all packed
that's
in
scary.
there.
You're on your foot's on a pad that big.
Yeah,
that's over the little landing wheel, and you're like, and you're holding onto the wing strut, hoping that when you let go, the back wing doesn't chop you in half when you leave the aircraft.
You don't get blasted by the horizontal stabilizer. You just got elevated.
Yeah, all that stuff's fun, and I'm going to be doing it again. I look forward to skydiving again with a few select friends of mine that do that, and it's just fun. Listen, you like whether you like the guy or not, Ted Nugent. He says you're born at point A, you die at point Z. You got to kick maximum ass in between, and there's no more truth than that.
Well, and that's what somebody was saying. It's you were born, you died, and your life was everything in between. Was that line in between? That was your life. So I might try it for an upcoming milestone birthday. I wanted to try that.
You might have to be your own stuntman, Greg. You're an actor. You might you might be in a movie where you're expected to jump out of an airplane, and you'll save the production money by you doing it yourself rather than hiring a stunt guy to do it. So just go for it.
Well, I'm taking that Tom Cruise acting mentality where I'm going to do my own stunts and hopefully get paid a lot of money, because I won't work on an independent film for free and do something that I'm going to hurt myself. I can't afford to get hurt. I used to ride motocross. That was a lot of fun. Everything happened for me in the 80s, flying planes, and went on to race cars, which was a lot of fun. That was pretty safe because there was, a lot of safety equipment involved in it, but really didn't have to use anything. I did try stand-up jet ski. Brain damage. Stand-up jet ski for a while, because that's kind of what they had. A friend of mine lived in Lido Beach, Longboat Key area there, and he was in charge of all the water sports. Nice. So we used to go in Hobie Cat, which I could sail a Hobie Cat. That was a lot of fun. But there was, usually 3 of us on
jet skis and the stand-up jet skis and the Hobie Cats is what they used to hang out back in the 80s on the beach, for sure.
That was it. Yeah, the little wave runners weren't existent then, but that was kind of cool.
Those are for sissies. You just sit on your ass and go zoom.
I'd rather be on a snowmobile. You ever snowmobile?
No, and as a matter of fact, all the adventure stuff that I've done in my life, I've never snow skied or snowboarded, but I know I could do it. I just never been in an environment to do it.
Well,
but I know I can do it. It's on the bucket list.
Go out west because there's a lot of snow right now. But we went snowmobiling up in northern Toronto. And I'll tell you what, you put on the snowsuit, the zip-up snowsuit, the boots, the gloves, the helmet, everything is heated. The seat is heated. The handlebars are heated. The gloves are heated. You kind of like plug them in.
Space age technology.
I tell you what, that was the coolest thing, was snowmobiling. I would love to do it again.
It's gotta be. It's not like a dirt bike on the snow.
Yeah, and the beauty of the snow, and you're on these trails that are maintained by the government. Where we stayed, these guys brought like 48-foot trailers full of ski machines, is what they really called them. And at the timeshare, they'd pull them up, and they were all lined up outside. And about 8 o'clock at night, you'd hear them start up and they would just go off on the trails at night. And they were all marked, which was pretty neat. And then like 3 o'clock in the morning, you hear them come back. Yeah. And it was like, I'd hear them and I'd get up. Okay, hey guys, what's going on? They let me drive around a little bit. These things were like hot rods, that's for sure. And you're like, well, we're so and so. Like we don't know. He made the wrong turn, and then like 8 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, 8 o'clock in the morning. Here, he's showing. I took this wrong turn, and we went like all the way around. This 8,000 acre something. I don't know. But
it sounds like music to my ears when I hear the wing.
But that's something I think you need to do, going in there.
Okay.
What do you have,
Greg? I swear.
That just overflowed your bucket list right there. That was the last thing that just kind of went. So
that's okay. It's better to have a too full than not enough.
Do you have anything coming up here that we need to let our viewers know about, where they might be able to catch you?
Well, they won't be able to catch me anywhere anytime real soon. I do plan on going back up to Nashville. I'm going to record at some friends of mine, the Deltas. They're pretty popular Delta blues act that tour all over the world. And they have a nice studio at their place, at their house in Leapers Fort, Tennessee, which is where I lived for 4.5 years. I'm going up to record some new Skeeter Biscuit material in their studio with them. They're actually going to be my band when I record, which is pretty cool. They're friends too, so we're all in it to win it, So that's my next Skeeter Biscuit music endeavor, and that should happen definitely January. As long as you hire me to come build your fence, so I can put some money together to go up to pay for this thing.
I'll send you my last 3-year W-2s and kind of see if I. No, sorry, you can't afford me. You need to work a little bit more.
I'm sure we'll give you a deal, Bo.
We'll
and your neighbors will be happy too. They'll be like, "Oh my God, who built your fence?"
They're jealous. They'll be jealous. We will definitely keep our viewers updated with some video. We've been taking little clips from some of our past interviews, and just to keep them alive and have. We understand not everybody wants to sit and watch a half-hour podcast. We try to keep it fairly short. I know there are some podcasts like, we have an hour and 40-minute podcast. I think the average viewing time is like 12 minutes when you look at the analytics.
Well, that's true. You got to keep the people's attention,
But at least listen to it. You can go to YouTube and you can listen to these interviews, unless you have a video screen in your car. But we highly recommend you don't watch YouTube videos and drive your car. It's bad enough everybody has a cell phone in their hand. They're mobile doctors.
Oh, they're watching YouTube when they're driving too. They're doing everything on while they're driving.
They think they're Doctor Who in a mobile phone booth or something.
It used to be, we'll just smoke a bowl and drive at the same time and go down the road. And now it's, I got to check my text and I got a message and type while I'm driving.
Well,
Time's come a long way,
Well, people are so distracted. I've never seen so many distracted drivers. It's insane. I avoid going out at all costs unless I absolutely, positively.
I agree. Listen, I live out in the country.
And I went to Walmart yesterday to pick up a couple of small items, which I don't mind. It's around the corner. And I'm driving down the correct American side of the road, the right side of the road in the parking lot. And these two ladies were just sashaying. And I guess my car is super quiet, but it's not electric. But I kept my distance. And they just decided to, I could have stopped if I had to, but I just wanted to see if they were paying attention, not playing chicken with them. And I waited till she totally just turned 90 in front of my car, and I honked her. She lit up like somebody, poked her, and like she she never knew that I was there. I should have just yelled out the window, "Hey, lady, where you going?" But I honked her, and she jumped straight up in the air and looked at me. I'm like,
they're so stupid, dude.
Pay attention, look at me, and just, oh my gosh. But I don't have road rage. I'm not a road rager. You honk your horn. Hi. Have a wonderful day.
I'm a very passive guy, but I still carry my 9mm next to my seat.
Well,
just in case.
Well, yeah, that's a whole.
You got lock and load these days, dude. You got lock and load these days.
I went shooting the other day, actually last week, and it was I think it was a Sunday, or it was a holiday. I can't remember, and I could not believe how crowded it was in the range, and there were people.
Oh yeah.
And honestly, it's a pretty safe environment, technically, in there.
Well, gun shows are too. Gun shows the safest place you'll ever walk into.
And there were people, families, husbands, wives, girlfriends, kids, just doing the educating gun safety. And I used to do that. I used to teach gun safety classes.
Yeah. They're being American.
We're American. And to at least understand the basics of gun safety. That's it. You need to be safe yourself. But yeah, well, without getting too much into what's going on in the world today, the only person you're going to protect is yourself and your loved ones.
Well, so today's day and age is probably a pretty good idea to have a gun, being that we're being invaded right now from people crossing the border. Where are they going to go?
There's all sorts of people.
They're unvetted. They can come out of nowhere. They can be desperate. They want to rob you for your food, your truck, whatever. Listen, you got to lock and load. If you don't think you have to live like that these days, you're an idiot. You'll be the first one to get blown off the map by somebody wanting to take your freedom away. But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah. There were people, like you see things on TV. Those are taken from real stories, because sometimes you just can't make stuff like that up. And, during the years that I was doing some, gun safety courses, people actually confided, or they told their story. This is, I never asked people, why do you want something? Some people, I said, you know what, you're better off buying a dog and or a baseball bat. Some people are just not safe. But when they tell you the reason behind why they're doing this, you would never think that something like that could happen to you, where it is happened to this person telling me a life and death threatening type story. That really, you hear it on the news, but when somebody is telling you that in person, it hits you a little bit different. So just to, quick out there, please be aware. Stay safe.
Here's what I'll tell you. I live on a dead-end dirt road. Out in Central Florida, in the middle of nowhere. And you got to be one dumbass to come down my little dirt road and think that you're going to, between me and my neighbors, if you come back in there to cause a ruckus, try that in a small town. Try it on my little dirt road, my neighbors, and we're all good, God-fearing people, and we're all peaceful people. That's how every American should live. And you come down my dirt road wanting to take Skeeter Biscuit out, or my neighbors, and you're going to find resistance. Every American should feel that way. I'm glad I don't live in a city, is all I can say. City people will be the first to go if the poop hits the fan, in my opinion.
We're going to bug out to the Biscuit bungalow in case something happened.
Oh my
Hey,
God, you can live off the land where I live, dude. I live on a lake. I can catch fish, for God's sakes.
That could be the name of a new song, coming down my dirt road, or don't come down my dirt road because my dog's gonna
Coming
bite
down
you.
my dirt road. Oh, yeah. I just busted a little tune for you. Hey, you're inspirational, dude. When we're done, I'm going to go right down a pen and pad. Turning down my dirt road. You're in for problems.
That's how songs are made. That's how movies are made, just by a little bit of thought, and it goes from there.
Well,
we're going to show.
Let's not kid ourselves. Most stuff is written because of some chick that broke your heart or stole your crap,
stole your pickup,
killed you,
kicked your dog, threw out your beer, stole your pickup, something like that.
Took my house. No one's taking my house. No chick is going to take my house. I can tell you right now. No way. I'll share my house. I'll make love to her in my house, but she is not going to get my house.
All right.
And that's a fact.
So we're going to run a real short clip showing our viewers what kind of adventurous type guy you are with your jumping out of the plane, your helicopters. It has, I think, 2 songs in there. I don't remember, Angelia and Coondog Run or something like that. I'll have to go back and take a look at that. So when we come back, we're going to finish up with a great interview here with Skeeter Biscuit. So stay with us, and we'll be right back after this short video clip. All right. We're back with Skeeter Biscuit after watching him ride motorcycles, ride his jet ski, jump out of an airplane, get out of a helicopter. You do everything, man, but that was pretty cool.
It's just stuff I enjoy doing, Greg. It's just stuff I enjoy doing.
Well, you're enjoying life. You're a carpenter. You know who else was a carpenter?
Jesus.
There you go.
Jesus.
I tell you when I'm
urban Jesus. They're like, oh, don't talk like that, Skeeter.
No, I we weren't being mean or rude, derogatory. All I asked is do you know who else was a carpenter? That's all. You never know. Well, you answered Jesus. Jesus was a carpenter.
Oh, okay. Oh, I was right then.
Oh, yeah, you are.
Oh, good. I thought I pissed you off for a second. Said
no. I'd who is a carpenter for 1,000? Skeeter Biscuit.
Skeeter Biscuit or Jesus.
Double Jeopardy. No, but that was great. I'll tell you what. I can't wait to actually have the time to see you again in person. Come out, check out the Biscuit Bungalow, run some boats, run your jet ski.
That's right. You're an RC boat enthusiast. I have 2 Miss Geicas, and I got this 4-foot gas powered boat. I haven't even got running yet. I have to replace the fuel tank in it. But no, you bring your boats out, you bring your jet ski out, you bring the girls out. It's all a good time at the Biscuit Bungalow, for sure. I got one of the coolest places in the United States of America. It's spiritual. It's loaded down with good vibes. It's a great place to be. I never want to leave home. Let's put it that way. When I'm traveling, doing whatever I'm doing, whether it's music or carpentry, and I come home, I just want to stay home because my house is so beautiful because I made it that way. It's simple but beautiful and good vibes.
Being comfortable in your own home is the biggest thing, where people get all cabin fevered out. But, it's definitely what you make it. The only girl I can bring out is my wife. So that's really bring the girl. It was like, I can't be bringing girls, on something.
No, you bring your wife. You bring your wife.
Oh, yeah.
Your children.
Oh, yeah.
You bring your friend.
Yep. Bring my son. He's, bring
your son.
We like doing stuff like that. Get him on the jet ski for sure. But this has been another great hot seat interview. This is why I do it. We get to talk. We get to laugh.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Let me just say again, I want to congratulate you on all these awards that you've won for Grinders. Over 50 awards from all these festivals. You guys have entered this film, and I think it's pretty impressive. I know you guys are proud, and again, I'm glad to have been a part of it, and look forward. Other than the red carpet that I met you at when you guys showed the film in a theater, it was pretty cool hearing my music come through the speakers of a theater. It says, "Oh my goodness, who's that music?" Well, for the cracker. No, look forward to all my friends coming out and seeing your show. I know I have a lot of followers that are looking forward to this movie coming out. And I also want my followers to watch your podcast too, because it's really great. And I wish you the most success with your acting, your podcast, and you're just being you, Greg Cardone.
That's all I can do. I try to be me, because I'm not anybody else. And we do appreciate that. We do this for having a lot of fun, having guests on. I used to be behind the camera, and now I'm in front, and now I'm doing a podcast. So, don't be afraid. Yeah. Don't be afraid to take the chance. And what we talked about in the last interview is you didn't fail. You just didn't succeed. And the only way you failed is if you never even attempted that. So that's where
you got it with anything in life,
and that's what we're trying to do. So we're one of 10 million podcasts out there. We don't have a ton of money for a beautiful studio. So we're doing this all, telecommuting kind of deal, video, internet. But that's just the way it is, Get interviewed in the comfort of your own home. So, again, thank you very much, Skeeter. You have a wonderful Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. And when things calm down after the first of the year, we'll definitely make an effort and come out and check out the Biscuit Bungalow.
As you should. It was a pleasure, Greg. I appreciate you having me.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Well, another exciting interview in the can here. The hot seat with Skeeter Biscuit, music composer for our award-winning film Grinders. So if you want to sponsor, be on the show, remember the hot seat, 813@gmail.com. I want to be on your show. I got a list. The new year is definitely going to be pretty busy. And as always, it's a beautiful day for an interview. Won't you be my guest? Good day.
That's the Skeeter Biscuit way. Not everybody gets to live the Skeeter Biscuit way, so I have to live it up for those unfortunate souls. It's all about getting back to the basics. Live life to the fullest. Work hard, play hard, don't ever look back. That's the Skeeter Biscuit way.